All right, U.S. Attorney Alina Habba has announced charges against New Jersey Congresswoman LaMonica McIver and accuses her of assaulting a federal agent. The Justice Department says the altercation happened at the facility where Newark, New Jersey Mayor Ras Baraka was detained on trespassing charges. Now, those charges against Baraka have since been dropped. CBS News Department of Justice reporter Jake Rosen is following this story for us and can help us understand what's really going on. Jake, great to see you. How much space is there between what the DOJ says happened and how McIver is characterizing the incident?
Well, Errol, we just got an 8-page federal charging document that just hit the federal docket in New Jersey. The Department of Justice says that McIver, in an attempt to kind of create a human shield around Mayor Baraka, who you just pointed out, the trespassing charges against him were dropped last night by Habba. And in the same announcement, she said that Congresswoman McIver elbowed and assaulted a federal law enforcement officer. In this indictment and the charges filed, they accuse her of slamming her forearm into the body of the officer, forcibly grabbing him, and then pushing a separate ICE officer, all in the kind of the scrum you can see playing out on the screen right now. McIver says that the charges are purely political and mischaracterize her actions, and that she looks forward to the truth being laid out clearly in front of court. There will be an appearance that she'll be forced to make, including a mugshot and fingerprinting sometime soon, now that the charges have officially been filed.
Now, we are watching a literal power struggle between local authorities and federal officials when it comes to oversight and conditions at this ICE facility. Why, we talked about the charges that remain for one of the two individuals, but why is the DOJ dropping charges against the mayor?
Well, U.S. Attorney Alina Habba, who we should remind our viewers of, is not necessarily apolitical. She's a longtime ally of President Trump, stood next to him in court in multiple different cases, represented him in court. She said in a letter that was sent out on social media last night that in the spirit of public interest, she did invite Mayor Baraka to tour Delaney Hall with her, and that after extensive consideration and in the sake of moving forward, Errol, they want to move forward on this. Earlier last week, the Department of Justice actually wanted to go straight to trial. Habba wrote a letter to the judge saying that they intended to fully pursue the 30-day maximum penalty in prison for Mayor Baraka's trespassing charge, although obviously it was a misdemeanor, and very likely that with proper legal representation, Baraka would probably get little more than kind of a slap on the wrist or a warning for doing that, as his story was, again, completely opposite, that he was actually invited into the detention center and then arrested.
Just an incredible story. I want to pivot to a different topic with you now. The Department of Justice sent a letter to Chicago's mayor, Brandon Johnson, to inform him that they're opening an investigation into the city's hiring practices. What's happening there?
Well, that's right. Mayor Johnson's office got a letter from the Department of Justice yesterday saying that after the mayor made some comments at a church and spoke about the city's hiring practices, including, I'll just read some quotes that they single out, infrastructure, the head of infrastructure in the city is a black woman. The Department of Planning is a black woman. Business and economic neighborhood development, the deputy mayor is a black woman. All of these kind of excerpts that they pull say shows racial discrimination in the hiring practices in the city of Chicago, and that there is an investigation into whether the mayor has violated the Civil Rights Act of 1964 for not giving fair hiring practices in his efforts to kind of build his administration in the city. Certainly more to come on that. We have not seen any kind of charges, but this comes as the Trump administration and the Justice Department have made it clear to states that they will go after them, and localities. Chicago and Johnson are already being sued for not cooperating with immigration actions. Now there's a potential investigation over hiring practices.
And we were just looking at a graphic of the racial makeup of Chicago, with Black Americans being the largest demographic there, among many. Jake Rosen, with all the updates for us, thank you very much.